The video I'm about to play for y'all is from a YouTuber called Superior Global. Shout out to him. Shit. Give him some views, but he's pretty much going to sum up a lot of reasons why people carry micro compact pistols in general, just in like this short review of a Walther PPK for movies. And I like how he sums it up pretty much in less than 2 minutes, but I'm going to show it to y'all and then we're going to talk about it right afterwards.
The Walther PPK, a compact .380 ACP pistol, is a sleek and iconic firearm wielded by a French smuggler in The Punisher starring Dolph Lundgren. Carl Walther GmbH designed this for concealed carry back in 1931, creating an icon that would arm everyone from Nazi officers to James Bond. In Lundgren's Punisher, it lands in the hands of Sydney's criminal underground, where concealment matters more than firepower. The single/double action trigger and 6.7 round magazine fit the smuggler's needs of discreet violence rather than open warfare. At .625 kilograms and effective to 25 to 50 meters, it disappears under a jacket but delivers when drawn. The .380 ACP round won't punch through body armor, but it drops unprotected targets just fine.
Notice when he said concealment matters more than firepower. A couple places where that could actually make sense. Let's throw in one, let's say work, or like a small walk to a nearby gas station to an apartment from an apartment complex or housing complex that isn't that dangerous. And for work, just to be clear, I don't mean for self-defense, but obviously to get in and out of a job. Let's say you don't work in the safest area, if firearms aren't allowed, and you do not want to risk getting caught in order to keep your job. And let's throw on top of that, for example, you take public transportation, which you also may not be in the safest area. I even have videos on his YouTube channel where I think I've actually managed to capture someone passing away on the stairs in MARTA Atlanta train station. You see where he said discreet violence versus open warfare? Let me give an example of discreet violence. When someone's trying to rob you, they're typically not doing it in an open area and where they could catch you off guard. Micro compacts can also give you an advantage in this area because, one, let's just say you get lucky enough where he doesn't see you printing, which isn't likely because it's already more than small enough to damn near, in my opinion, fit on anybody. And I also say is one of the best designs in terms of handgun pistols in general for when it comes to robbers, because they could be put in unconventional places with or without a holster, especially like the Walther PPK if they have strong triggers, or at least around the 6 pounds like a Ruger LCP. When you have a micro compact and using it against discreet violence or somebody that's catching you off guard, you could have it in a jacket pocket. When you reach in, pretending to give yourself a wallet, you could either shoot through your jacket or quickly draw from your jacket pocket or pocket holster or your ankle holster. It's just an increased way to give you the chance of an element of surprise if you're carrying, a off appendix. Because 9 times out of 10, reaching for your waist if you haven't been patted down for the robbery, because some robberies typically happen like at a distance so the gunman could shoot just in case something happened. Not all of them is strong arm robbery, where they're ripping off a chain or taking off your shoes, and they're not always going to be in close range to you. It gives you a fighting chance, and it gives you the element of surprise to catch them off guard and potentially run in or seek cover. Also, for those people who go in with the mindset, like, I just want to survive or just stop the guy but not actually kill him, this is, in my opinion, in terms of even if you're untrained, grabbing from a place, the robber may not catch you from because, 9 times out of 10, they're going to expect you to grab from appendix. This most definitely could be one of your best chances of easily getting away with minimizing the amount of damage. And I don't mean just in a typical mag capacity of like a micro compact, but I mean also a lot of the micro compacts are typically under 9mm, although they do have it in 9mm and even bigger pistols. A lot of them mostly are made for 25 ACP, 32 ACP, 22, 380. 380 is going to be the most popular micro compact that you're probably going to come across, like the Ruger LCP Max or just the Ruger LCP series. A lot of people, for example, that don't want to worry about killing people, I feel like 380 could drop people based off what I looked up just as easily as a 9, so I can't say you're really losing too much. I'll say the only thing you could probably get off of that is if your adrenaline is running. Like I said, this is for the average untrained person. Yeah, you may miss a couple of shots, but once again, if your goal is just to scare off a criminal that breaks into your house or, caught you off guard in the alleyway and you want to reach into your pocket holster and, let off some shots versus actually getting robbed or potentially pistol whipped or shot. Here you go. If you want to sneak something into places, for discreet places like clubs, like I have some videos I'm probably going to show where there's sometimes they put their smaller guns, even though they're not exactly micro compacts, up under their hats before they get in clubs, or they'll stick it in their dreads, or, have some women, they'll stick it up under their breast. One thing he also measures, I think he said it was 0.625 kilograms, and also go to 25 to 50 meters. That's extremely good because that's where most handgun, not even just handgun fights, but most self-defense encounters with firearms in general typically are. Most people aren't shooting you for more than 150 feet away, and just the fact that a small handgun could still take care of the average person around that distance, you're sort of not really dropping too much in firepower, in my opinion, unless you're going smaller than a 25 ACP. But don't underestimate 22 LR because there's so many different types of ammo, even shot shells for 22, where it can make up for it. And most people aren't realistically wearing bulletproof vests, so I can't even say that even going to 22 LR is going to save the person, or, give you a chance of not killing somebody so you don't have a guilty consciousness after surviving your life. Even though, me personally, I don't think that way, but, there's a lot of women are just overall new beginner shooters who, think like that. Oh, I do not want to live with the guilt of potentially killing someone. But here's one option, but it's not foolproof. Here's one option. And for me also, obviously, throwing in the weight, is some of the lightest pistols you could get your hand on, period. Some of these 380s weighs as much or even smaller than a lot of 22s or 25 ACPs or 32 ACPs.